40% of all food produced in the United States is never eaten. Some 100 million tons of food in Europe is thrown away each year. Well, now a company in Denmark, WeFood, has set up a supermarket designed to sell just those types of products. So that is products that have hit their sell-by date, products that are damaged in some way, or in some other form would not sit on the shelves in a conventional supermarket. The company is called WeFood, and the philosophy is this. It says WeFood is the first supermarket of its kind in Denmark and perhaps the world, and it is not just aimed at low-income shoppers, but anyone who is concerned about the amount of food waste produced in this country. Many people see this as a positive and politically correct way to approach the issue. So this is about, as I said, damaged packing, expiration, wrongly labeled food, and they set up a supermarket and they're going to sell it at 30 to 50% below normal ticket price.
Yeah, we know that expiration dates are put on the very, very, very safe side of caution. I do wonder, though, about liability issues around this, because there probably will be someone who gets sick. There probably will be someone who eats something they shouldn't. However, we know that there is this world food shortage problem, and it's being talked about a lot. There are documentaries all over the place. We know that the world's population is increasing. It's supposedly going to increase by a third by 2050, and the food shortage problem is leading to the increase in production of genetically modified foods, which is something that a lot of people don't want and don't like. And potentially this is one solution to the problem that doesn't involve genetically modifying everything and can actually provide more food, not just for, as you mentioned, charities, for the homeless, but also for people who are concerned about the environment and about our food shortage problem as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, looking into this, the other statistic that just strikes me is there's 1 billion people, approximately 1 billion people starving in the world, and yet on the other end of the scale there's 2.1 billion, which accounts for about 30% of the population, the world's population, who are obese. It just, those mismatch, 1 billion people who are starving and 2.1 billion who are obese. It just makes no sense. The amount of land needed to grow all the food wasted in the world each year would be the size of Mexico. So that, again, gives you a sense of the scale of the wastage. So companies such as this that are innovative in this way, you can't help but get right behind them. You're right, there's a potential liability issue, I think, and that's perhaps why they don't do it more in this country, perhaps why there haven't been these types of initiatives purely from a legal standpoint. But there has to be a better way to address this mismatch in creating, growing food and actual food consumption. Yeah,
the sheer amount of food that is wasted, the statistics you listed earlier are just pretty damn shocking. This is a model, and so it will be interesting to see if this model works, if there aren't the liability issues, if they can come up with some rules that are perhaps not as cautious as the rules we currently have, then perhaps we can reduce that food wastage and try and test out this kind of a system across the world.
So it's targeted at people, as I said, not just low-income families, but those who have a social conscience and an attempt to make sure that not as much food gets wasted in Denmark. In Copenhagen, this is an innovative initiative, and it'd be interesting to see how it goes, and who knows, it may get caught on, and other countries within Europe might want to adopt it as well.